Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with more Minecraft Story Mode. It is actually New Year's Day. It is, I literally just got home from a party. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, and I should be going to sleep considering I haven't slept in like 42 hours at this point, but whatever. We'll record one episode here. Yeah, we'll do the casting for the Power Rangers Survivor Series. Again, have everything set up here to go through the casting stuff. Should be fun. We'll see. So let's go. Let's also start episode 8 here, and we're almost done with this game. So through this, it'll probably take around 3 parts to finish this episode. I'm thinking part 1 here obviously will be the casting and that sort of stuff. Episode 2 we'll do the pre-merge. Episode 3 we'll do the post-merge and finish it up. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So let's do it. Let's go through the casting. So I think the best way to approach this is probably per season of Power Rangers. Because I have it broken down right now by first by season that the character appeared on of the Survivor Series, then by gender, and then also by series that they came from. So, and essentially what it's going to come down to is that we're going to, for the most part, we're going to have one person per series. There's going to be exceptions. So, alright, let's start with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. We have 4 candidates here. Again, the way I do this is I make visibility charts, which are essentially like confessional charts, but like more so not really based on obviously confessionals, because obviously there are no confessionals. More so based on how important a character was to a particular vote, and then through a running total and everything, essentially that gives me who is the most visible. So like with Season 1, somehow Connor McKnight ended up being the most visible, even though it started off with Dylan, went to Charlie, went back to Dylan, then went to Jason Lee Scott, then went to Connor, and then at the end it ended up with Andros. But for some reason, like, Connor had the highest running total. Season 2, it was all over the place. It started with Rancic until his boot, went to Taylor for her boot, then went to Jen, then went to Ryan until his boot, and then it went to Jack Landers, and then it went to Gia. And then Gia had the highest running total, and she was the winner, so she's not eligible for All-Stars because that's a rule we decided on. Season 3, it was Tommy Oliver the entire time. Season 4, it was Rocky, then Blake, and then Bridge, essentially. And then the final episode, it went to TJ, but running total highest was Bridge. Season 5, it was Dax until his boot, then it went to Adam, and then it kind of went around between Adam and Liambo until the merge, and then Z took it from there, and Z had the highest aggregate, or running, I guess technically, total. Season 6, it started off with Chip, then it went to Sid Drew, then it went to Bulk, then back to Sid, then to Anton Mercer. And and also Aisha was tied with those two at the time, and then it went to Chip for the rest of the way, and Chip ends up with the highest visibility there. Season 7 was again another one all over the place. It was Decker until his boot, then it went to Jaden, Sheba, then it went to Richie for one episode, his boot episode, then it went to Wes, then Kat, then Wes, then Kat. And Kat had the highest visibility by literally 1 point, so that's something, over Wes. Season 8, it started off with Piggy until his boot, and then it was RJ the rest of the way, so there's that. And he had the highest visibility out of any contestant or any player throughout this entire Power Ranger series, so that's something. And then Season 9, it started off with a tie between 4 people at the beginning, then it went to Diva Talks until her boot, then it went to Kat until the merge, then it went to Shane until his boot, then it went to Noah and Zane until the end. However, because Kat pretty much was right there with Zane, Kat ends up with the highest running total. So there we go. That's how it went. So, okay, so let's go through the okay, well, let's actually do this. So let's go through Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1. So these are the eligible people here. So essentially, the people that are eligible are people that were in the top half of visibility for their individual seasons, and then excluding the winner. So this is the entire list. There's 90 people here. We're going to have to cut down to 20.
Another evil computer?
So here we go. So from Mighty Morphin Season 1, the eligible people are Jason Lee Scott, Billy, Tommy, and Zach. And I think right away we're cutting Zach. Like, Zach's not making this cast.
Still don't agree with some of the aesthetic
2,
choices.
Tommy is a lock. However,
Very
I think
odd
we're
to
going to
be
use
back.
the Zeo version of Tommy, and we'll talk about that a
This
bit
whole
later.
time I
But
thought we were in some
so,
sort of in-between
for Mighty Morphin
dimension.
Season 1, it really comes down to either Jason or Billy, and I'm not willing to make a decision on that right now.
So are you excited
I'm
to be
thinking
back?
we'll use Jason.
Kinda thought I'd never
Actually,
need to
you
come
know what?
back,
Fuck
to
it.
tell
We'll
you
use
the
Jason.
truth.
We're using Jason. I feel like Jason and Tommy being on the same season is much more interesting, obviously.
Oh, I'm sensing
So,
a story here.
Got Mighty Morphin Season
I
2.
guess you could say that.
Got kicked out of here too, huh?
We have all 3 Rangers from that.
Why
We
would you
have
assume
Rocky,
that?
Adam,
Just
Aisha
sensing a pattern.
eligible. Those are
Well,
the 3
it's
people.
not true.
And we have no
Not,
one from Mighty Morphin
entirely
Season
true,
3,
maybe.
by the way.
Yeah. I think
So it's
you'll
kind of
figure
making me
it
think,
out once you
well,
meet
should we
the
just
others.
cut all these people? Should we just only have one
You
person
mean
for
we're
Mighty
going
Morphin
to
in
meet
general?
more old builders?
Still
I don't
don't
know.
like it when you call us that.
I don't think we're picking
Yep, but I gotta warn
Rocky.
you, they're not as friendly as I am.
Like, I think if we're picking
probably
someone here, we're
the,
picking Adam or Aisha.
nicest old
Aisha
brother.
for, like, being another female, because we're
Old
gonna try to get as
social
close to a
politics.
equal gender sort of thing. Like, I'll probably try to get 12-8.
Anyway,
It
I
worst
just
comes to
hope that
worst,
I can help you.
14-6, but
Well, you're
we'll
gonna
see.
give
So,
us
I
the
mean,
Atlas, and then we
Aisha
can
and
go
Adam,
home,
let's
right?
keep them running. Again, as I said, Mighty Morphin Season 3, we actually had no
Atlas
eligible
isn't
people,
exactly
like,
mine to
because
give. It
none of the
belongs to
Alien
the other,
Rangers got a lot of
old
visibility, and then,
builders. And,
and Cat
they
won,
might not
so
wanna
there's
give
literally
you
no
up.
one eligible. So, oh well.
Why do I
Zeo,
get the
the only
feeling
eligible
there's a lot
person
you're not
was
telling
David
us?
Trueheart,
Good
and
instincts?
fuck David Trueheart,
sure
we're not
we could
using him.
figure something
So
out.
again, that's why I
Make a
said
deal
we'll use
with them,
Tommy,
right?
we'll use the
Oh
Zeo
yeah,
version of Tommy.
they love making deals.
Now we got Turbo. TJ won his season, so he's
You'll
not here,
see
but
when you get
the people
there.
that are eligible here are
Jesse,
Justin,
come
Carlos,
here. Are you
Ashley,
sure we can
Cassie.
trust Harper? Look at all of our interactions
And
with her so
I
far.
like just right away,
Yeah,
like we're not
exactly.
using Justin,
Great,
we're not using
remember?
Carlos. I think we'll definitely use one of the females. We'll definitely use Ashley or Cassie.
We can always
I'm
turn around
thinking
and try
Cassie,
another
but
portal.
let's
You
hold
have to
off
forget I
for
said
now
anything.
on
I appreciate the vote of
100%
confidence,
determining
Jesse.
that.
Sorry.
In
I
space,
just
we
couldn't
have
resist
Andros
the
and Zane,
eavesdrop.
and I feel like that's
Promise I'm
tough
trying to
because
help
we're
you.
only gonna have one of them, and I feel like both of them were pretty,
Just
like
gotta
both
go
of them
from
actually
there.
were in kind of similar spots where both of
A
them end
door?
up with the
Like
highest
a regular door.
total
Time to step through and
visibility
find
from
out.
their seasons, but didn't get the highest running total. With Andros, he had 51, the highest out of anyone in season 1, while Connor only had 49, but Connor had a higher running total. And same thing with Zane. Zane had 48 in season 9, while Kat had 45, but Kat had a higher running total, mind you, just barely. By 5 there. Yeah, Andros was down by 7, so I mean, really not much. Like, and the total score is like 900 something. So it's like being off by 7 is like ridiculously small, obviously. So it's like, I don't know. It's 1 to 2. We'll decide later. We got Lost Galaxy. We're not using, like, the people eligible from Lost Galaxy. Kai won his season. Kendrick, oh, and Kendrick's won her season as well. So the only ones eligible here are Mike, Leo, Damon, and Maya. So we're not going to use Damon. I don't feel like we need Damon on here. Mike, I think it's between Mike and Leo. I don't think we're going to use Maya. I feel like we have enough Yellow Rangers later on that we don't need Maya. So again, we'll keep her in the buttons now, I guess. Lightspeed Rescue. Lots of people from Lightspeed Rescue. We got Dana. We got Ryan Mitchell.
Competitors that have entered the
We got
match.
Fairweather. We got Carter Grayson. We got Chad Lee. And we got Kelsey.
What in the world did Harper dump us into?
So yeah, pretty much all the main Rangers except for Keith.
Getting very tired of old
Or not Keith, the Joel. His actor's name is Keith. Although, because he was I guess he was an early boot. So I mean, the thing is, we're not using Kelsey. We're not using Angela. I mean, if we're using, we're using Ryan. Like, we're not going to use any. I think it's a lock. We're using Ryan Mitchell. So let's just cut all these other people. I would like to use Carter Grayson, but the thing is, Carter Grayson just wasn't that fun on the season. So it's like, we can't. Wild Force is tough. Oh, no, sorry, I forgot. Time Force. Time Force, there's a lot as well here. We got 7 candidates here. We got all 6 Rangers and then Rancic. So yeah, we got Katie, Jen, Rancic, Eric, Wes, Lucas, and Trip. And I feel like the one thing is that Wes is a lock. Wes is 100% on the season. And it's like, are we going to fit someone else in? And I don't think we are, so I don't know. I think we cut Lucas, we cut Trip, we cut Rancic. Rancic's actually one of, I believe, only 2 pre-merge people that actually made the cut here. Oh shit, I fucked up. Okay. wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it was him and Piggy. So, but they're both not making the final cut though. Eric, I would like to use. I think Eric and Wes on the same cast would be fun. But again, I just don't see a reason for it. Katie, we're not using. So if we're gonna use a female here, it's gonna be Jen. But I don't feel like we are. Okay. Wild Force, we have the only person eligible is Max. And I don't want to use Max, to be honest. I really don't. So I think we're just not even gonna bother. Do you want, actually, something we might do? Maybe we use the Wild Force version of Wes. That's something we could do. It's a really like.
It can't be.
And honestly, it's a stretch, but and Wes does appear in 4 episodes of Wild Force, so it's like, why not? Or is it 3 episodes? 3 episodes. Either way.
Hey, whoa! This is a
We got Ninja Storm here, where we have 4 eligible candidates here. We have Tori, Blake, Cam, and Shane. We're not using Cam. I think we can cut him. The other 3 are tough though, because Tori again is a female, probably one of the stronger female players. In terms of like how well they played, Blake was actually super close to having the highest visibility on that season. Yeah, it was 3 off from Bridge.
Nice one, bro.
So yeah, he was really close. And then Shane Clark was
Whoa. Now,
had the highest visibility for most of the merge on his season. So I think it's tough. I think it's a tough choice between that group. We'll kind of come back to it later. Dino Thunder, we kind of have our choice made for us already in Connor McKnight, just because he was the.
It definitely is strange, Mevia. What is
he was
going
the.
I want an explanation. Immediate.
The most visible person from that season. To be honest, I mean, like, let's go through this. Ethan James, we're not using. Kier Ford, I wouldn't be opposed to. Anton Mercer, probably not. I think like we're gonna stick to solely like just Rangers here, like kind of not even put dead weight, because I mean really, if we put any villains or anything, they're pretty much dead weight. They're pretty much guaranteed to go out early. So. I think Trent would be fun. I mean, I think Trent was fun on that season too. I mean, like his visibility chart didn't really reflect how much fun I felt like he was on the actual season.
And technically against the rules.
Yeah, like he was only. I mean, he ended up with. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's like he ended up with 43. TJ had the highest at 51. Bridge had 49. Blake had 45. So I mean, like, 43 is not terrible, but it's
I've got
like.
a game we could play. I'll go
Really, I mean, his
first.
post-merge was pretty slow.
Isn't the cutest little threat I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think if we're using one or two, we'll probably have to use
What are these
Blake.
games that you keep talking about?
So I guess we
think
cut
if we all
Trent,
just
which is a shame,
calm
but whatever.
down, I
Kira
can
will keep
explain.
around just again,
Your
just in case we
friends
need
aren't
more
dead.
females. We'll see.
Wait, what?
SPD is really
When
tough. Like
people are
SPD is the series that we have the
eliminated in
most people from, I
they don't
believe,
die.
eligible. We have 8 people
That
eligible
would be
here.
wasteful.
We have Charlie, Jack,
Obviously.
Sky, Bridge,
They come back, and then we have them go work in
Z,
the mines.
Boom, Piggy, and Cat Max. And the tough thing here is that three of these people had the highest visibility on their season in Bridge, Z, and Cat.
It's just a game.
So first off, we're cutting Piggy, we're cutting Boom. I guess we're cutting Sky.
It's called
And to be honest, I think we have to cut Charlie and Jack as well. I mean, like, I would
In
like to
our
use them,
games,
but it's
when
just,
people
like,
die,
we have 3
they
locks.
reappear in one of
So
our
we can't
respawn
really use
zones.
anyone else from SPD. Next, we got Mystic Force,
I hear it's still pretty painful.
which we have 5 eligible people here. We have Madison, Xander, Liambo, Chip, and Daggeron. Chip had the most visibility on his season, so I think this is a pretty easy choice. I think we go for Chip. I don't think any of these other ones were really that great. Anyway, I mean, Liambo wasn't terrible.
They all
but
end up in
it's
the
like,
mines.
whatever. And Madison was just pretty quiet,
Stairs.
so whatever. But she
Lots
made
of
it
them.
further. That's kind of how she ended up
Are you being a
in
wise
the top
and
half.
with me?
We got
Is that
Operation
really what's going
Overdrive. This is kind of tougher.
Think
I
we
mean,
get someone to kill this little moron
actually, how
before
visible
we
is
blaze a
Tyzon?
few
I don't
dozen
remember.
times?
Not great.
Easy, Hadrian.
Just
Yeah,
as
we
with
have
me.
Tyzon, Rose, Ronnie,
Well,
and Mac.
if it
So
isn't
I feel like
hard.
Tyzon's out.
I must say,
I
this
feel like Mac,
return is
maybe, but the
unexpected.
problem with Mac is I feel like
You
him and
telling
Bridge
me.
were like a tight
I'm here
alliance
for
on that
Jesse.
season. It's like we already have Bridge.
Really?
That and also, if we're in
Tell
need
me,
of
Chip,
females, I feel like
do
Ronnie is
you
probably a
think
choice because
Parker
Ronnie was
brought you here?
surprisingly visible on that
My
season.
bet's on Pet. That'd be pretty cute, right?
specifically in the middle
adorable.
section of the game. Well, Rose was pretty quiet, but she made it to the end, so it's like that's how she's in the top half. So I'm kind of thinking if we're using one of Rose or Ronnie, we're probably going to use Ronnie.
Why would we give
Especially because, like, similar characters to her in... because it's really Ronnie or Lily, I feel like. It's one of the two. Because I feel like they're relatively similar. And, like, them and those two in Summer, I feel like are three very similar characters. But Summer won the season. And weren't they all three on the same season? No, they weren't. Okay, never mind. But either way, Lily and Lily and Ronnie were though. Yeah, I think we might use Ronnie, but we'll keep Mac in the running just for now. We got Jungle Fury, and we have the main Rangers here. We have Casey, Leo, Lily, RJ, Dominic, and RJ had the most visibility. RJ had the most visibility of
they are still in the game.
anyone in the series, so I mean, we're keeping RJ. Everyone else is cut, pretty much.
It's interesting.
We got
I think we'll
RPM.
bring some excitement.
RPM's gonna be tough,
Yes,
isn't it?
well,
I mean, we have
I see your
8
point.
characters here.
They haven't been eliminated.
Yeah, we have
Therefore, they
Dylan,
can still
Jem,
be
Gemma, Mason Truman, Scott Truman, Flynn, Tanaya, and Dr. K. And I think we'll probably use Dylan. I'm thinking. I mean, you know what? Let's get rid of Dr. K. I think we'll use Tanaya over Dr. K. We're not using Flynn. We're not. Scott maybe. I don't think he's out of the realm of possibility. Mason no. Gemma no. Gemma though. Gemma was pretty visible in that season. Gem no. We have no reason to use Gem. So let's keep it at that. Samurai. Yeah, I mean, the thing about Samurai is I feel like at this point Cassie is a lock. And because Cassie is a lock, I don't feel like we need Mia. I feel like they're very similar, like, sort of archetypes. So we'll get rid of Mia, and then we're down to Jaden, Kevin, and Antonio. And I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll probably lean towards Kevin or Jaden. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of tough, actually. I really don't know who we pick there. Megaforce, we're down to Noah or Orion, and we're not picking Orion. So I mean, I guess we're down to Noah. Again, we don't have to go. I'm not really following this rule of one person per series, especially because I believe there's 21. So I mean, it wouldn't even fit anyway. I guess it would if we don't include Mighty Morphin 3. So I guess it would fit. But either way. But then again, I mean, we have 3 people from SPD, then that kind of fucks things up. What are we doing here, by the way?
How about my sword?
Whatever. We got Dino Charge, and so we have Riley,
sword.
Chase, Shelby,
Is it
Ivan,
sharp?
Philip, James Navarro, and Heckle. I feel like this kind of... Again, we're going to cut the villains, even though Heckle was pretty visible in that season, I believe. I believe he was pretty close to... not really. I mean, he was in the top half the entire way through, though. But we'll cut Heckle just for the sake of not having any villains. We'll cut Philip. We don't need him. Ivan of Xandar. I don't know. Do we need him? Shelby we'll keep for female. We don't need Riley. Chase is a debatable one. And James Navarro wasn't too bad. He was pretty fun on that season too. I mean, he really... I think he was like left out of the loop, right, and then became a swing vote for a good chunk until he was eventually taken out 6. So I don't know. And well, we also need to look at this from another perspective afterwards. So I mean, okay, then we got Ninja Steel. And with Ninja Steel's tough. I feel like we got Brody, Preston, Cal, Haley, Levi, and Dane. I feel like Levi we can cut. I think we can cut Preston. We can cut Brody. I think Cal... The tough thing about Cal is that Chip is a lock, and I feel like him and Chip are similar characters. So I think we have to cut Cal. So essentially we're down to Haley and Dane, and I think we're probably going to end up using Haley. Which if we use Haley, I think that pretty much cuts out Shelby, because I don't feel like we need both of them, especially because they were really close allies on that season. Yeah, so I just realized we have at least one female from every season still eligible, so at least that's something.
How about this flint and steel?
Yeah, I don't even know what's going on in the game.
We
But
have castles filled with
here we go.
chests,
I mean,
which
what do we
are
narrow it
filled
down to? We
with
narrowed it
flints
down to
and
40, so we literally need to
stones.
cut it down in half still.
Oh, how embarrassing.
So, okay, wait, let's copy this just so I don't lose this. Okay. So we're down to 40 now. So essentially, I think what we gotta do here is pick out the locks. Like, who are the locks? So again, I think Connor, Tommy, Bridge, Z, Chip Thorne, RJ, Matt, Cat. They're locks because they were highest visibility. I think with the locks, I think we can add Wes Collins to the locks. I think we can add Jason Lee Scott to the locks right now. I think we can add Ryan Mitchell to the locks. I think we can add Cassie to the locks. The problem is this is only 3 females right now. But, who else can we say is a lock? I don't know. I guess Haley. It's Haley or Dane. And I feel like we're only gonna have one. If we pick Haley, we might pick James Navarro then. I think it's probably Haley and James or Dane and Shelby. And I feel like it makes more sense to have Haley and James. Then we could still pick Ivan. I wouldn't be opposed to picking Ivan either. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 people. Only 3 females though. So we're gonna have to increase this number. So, okay, and we only have 1 person. Okay, so we need to go through this. So we're done with Mighty Morphin 1. I mean, the thing is, I think what we're gonna do at this point, I guess we'll do 1 person per series, but then keep, yeah, we'll do 1 person per series, but then keep only 2 for Mighty Morphin. Even though it is 3 seasons, we'll only do 2 for Mighty Morphin.
I present the Eversource Crown.
So,
Wait, why do I recognize that?
Oh, that's the crown we put on the Eversource
Okay.
chickens so we'd be able to tell them apart from the regular chickens.
Oh, that was a good party, huh?
Sadly, not exactly valuable.
So, okay, now let's look at it from a season breakdown. So from season 1, we have 2 locks in Connor and Jason, and then we have 4 potential candidates in Mike, Andros, Tori, and Dylan. I feel like that's tough. That's a tough group to knock out people from. I think we can knock out Mike at this point. I think yeah, we're not going to use Mike. Andros versus Zane is tough. I think that's really tough of which one do we pick there.
How about a white pumpkin?
Yeah, that's going to be a tough decision there.
Oh,
Because it's
wow.
1 to 2. It's
Haven't
just which
seen one of
one.
those since Cassie.
Tori, I kind of
Oh, don't
rather
say that
use
name.
Tori than
She still gives
Kira.
me nightmares.
Yikes. Is that who you
Again,
got
I don't
that
feel
from?
like she's a lock.
I don't know what
though.
she told you, but those things aren't exactly valuable.
And Dylan, I think he's there. Season 2, I believe this is the season with the least amount of people remaining. With all we have left is Ryan Mitchell, who is a lock, and then we have Jen Scotts, who is not a lock. The thing is, we technically don't have a Time Force representative yet, because if we are using Wes as a Wild Force representative, we don't technically have a Time Force representative yet. So that could be Jen. But however, at the same time, though, SPD has 3. And that kind of fucks things up. Yeah, SPD has Bridge, Z, and Cat, who have to be locks. So, it's tough. I think we might just have to cut Jen and Eric. But whatever. Season 3, we have Tommy, Eric. Well, Tommy is a lock. And then we have the people on the edge here. We have Eric, Kira, Gemma, Antonio, and Chase. I think after looking at this, I think we can cut Antonio. I don't see a reason for us to use Antonio here.
about this?
Chase is tough. I feel like the thing about Chase is that I feel like Connor's very similar to him.
Seems like only yesterday.
So I feel like we can
somebody
cut
took off
Chase
and
from
vowed
this
never
as well.
to return with it.
And Kira, I feel like the tough thing about Kira is that, well, one, we
There's
already
no
have
choice, Slugger.
Connor.
How about you just hand it over?
So that's already one person from Dino
It could be,
Thunder.
pretty
And
dangerous.
two, I feel like we already have yellow, like we have other yellow rangers to use outside of Kira. So even though I think Kira is probably one of the better yellow rangers in terms of the character, I feel like we should probably
Not
cut
a
her
big fan
here.
of haggling, Jesse. Here's the way my offer works.
We got Gemma,
You and your friends go back down.
which to be honest, I don't really want to
I never
use
look at your
Gemma.
insignificant face again.
But she is still in the
Wait,
running,
without the
technically.
atlas? But how will we get home?
So not much.
To be honest, I'd rather use Tanaya
This is
than
a
Gemma.
one-time
So I think we'll cut Gemma. I don't. But then again, Tanaya is a villain. That kind of
move.
goes against what I said earlier. I don't know.
I'm not gonna get anywhere with this, am I?
Then again, I also want to use
Nope,
Dylan.
and
I feel like Dylan would be a
technically,
fun
the way I
character to have
see
on
it,
this All
You
Stars.
should be nice.
But whatever. So that's season 3. The eligible people as of right now. Tommy's a lock, and then we have Eric and Gemma. Season 4, we have Bridge as a lock, and then we have
You need
Blake,
the atlas.
Mac, Shelby, and Haley. The
competitors.
problem with Blake is that I feel like his visibility, while he was very visible in that season, I feel like it was very circumstantial
So how about this?
in the sense that
You
the
play
people
the
he was
games.
around, where he
If
was
you
always
win,
with Trent
the atlas
and
is
Orion, who I
yours
feel
to
like were
keep.
built in alliances for him
Good deal, Jesse.
in that sort of situation. And then I think, yeah, he went to every single tribal pre-merge.
You seem suspicious, and I completely understand.
So, and then like ended up on the
Don't you worry,
bottom.
Jesse. Once a rule is written into the bylaws.
Oh, did he? Oh,
you
maybe
make
not.
sure
I thought he ended
it's
up in
enforced.
on the bottom
Isn't that right,
earlier than he
Adrian?
did, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not.
Otto is
So I'm
a
kind of thinking we
real
should cut Blake,
stickler for
even
the
though
rules.
he was a very visible part of that season. But I don't know. I think we can cut
All right,
Mac.
then.
We're not going
I
to use Mac,
suppose
which
we
I
can
mean, if we're
carry
cutting
forward
Mac, that
with
means
the
Ronnie is a
official
lock.
Otto, enough. Add it
So
on your
that's
own
something.
time. Oh,
And
but
yeah, we have
there's
Shelby
one other thing
or
I want. If they
Haley.
lose,
I think we'll end up
Harper has
using
to go to
Haley
the mines
over
to-
Shelby. So Haley is the lock there,
Oh,
which means we can cut Dane,
Harper,
and
wanna
then
be a
we'll see
friend
what
and
happens.
show
there.
our new
So
competitors to
yeah,
where
so essentially
they'll be
from
staying.
season 4 right now, we have Bridge and Haley
Sure
as a lock,
thing.
and then we have Blake as a contender still. Season 5, we have Z as the lock,
Jesse,
and then we have
this was not part of the
Adam,
plan.
Leo,
Wrapped
and
up in one of
Ivan as
Hadrian's
contenders.
deals. Ah,
And the thing is, with
not
Lost
one of the
Galaxy at
other
this
people
point,
get
we're
the
down to
upper hand,
Leo
you
and
know.
Maya, and I
Sorta
don't want
hoped
to
I
use
had left all
Maya.
his
So I feel like
negotiating
Leo
behind
is a
me.
lock because of
Don't know
that.
how I put up with him for so long.
Which I just realized there's gonna be a lot of Red Rangers in this group.
Okay, so maybe I
lot.
wasn't completely honest with you. And that might be a little bit of an understatement. But at least we're one step closer
So
to
I
the
mean, the
atlas,
thing is,
right?
well, how many females do we have? We have
I'm sorry, okay? I really am.
1, 2,
Let me show you where the competitor village
3,
is.
4, 5. So if we cut Adam and put Aisha as a lock, that's 6. And we still have Tori, and we have a couple others to play around with. Yeah, I think we should cut Adam. We're gonna cut Adam. We're gonna make
Travel here to
Aisha
play
the
in the
lock.
games. At least until the
Which to be honest, I don't like Aisha that
happened?
much.
Hadrian and Nevia let
But
power
I
go
guess
to their
we'll do
heads.
that. But either
They
way,
started
so I
pitting
mean,
people against
so we're
each
down to
other,
Leo and
just
Ivan
for
as
sport.
contenders here. Again,
Listen,
if it's
people
between
to be
the thing
here.
that's tough here is that
It
with
isn't right.
Ivan, he was 4th place. However, he was never like super visible in
Come
that
on,
season. I
I'll
mean,
show
he
you
ended
where
up
you'll
with
be
42 visibility at the end, which is
Well,
pretty good.
here it
But it's
is,
like
the competitor village.
kind of because like
sort of a home away from home.
he made it to
for
the
all
end, and I
people
mean, like he was
playing the
visible in a
games.
couple points, but whatever. And then, but with
Wait,
the other person
are
that I was talking about,
all
who
of
was
these
it?
people competitors?
Yep.
James Navarro.
At least the ones who aren't stuck.
Actually, he
working
ended up
in
with
the
42 as
quartz
well.
mines. Those poor souls are just
But he got 6th
waiting
place.
for their next shot. Mining is tough work.
Yeah, he definitely
I
had a
feel
much
bad for the people
higher
that are
peak
too
there.
scared
Where,
or weak
and
to
he was
play in the
actually
games.
probably less
They're just
consistent.
stuck here,
Though.
unable to leave.
Wow, that's just horrible.
Though I do think we'll go with James. I mean, the tough thing there though is that if we go with James Navarro, that kind of means we kind of have to pick Kevin. In terms of
They didn't make a deal like you did, Jesse. They're stuck here till they win the games.
Yeah.
And what if they lose?
Yeah, who do we
Adrian
want to
sends
pick
them
between
to
Jaden
toil in
and
the
Kevin?
mines.
That's another
If they're
tough
lucky,
one.
they'll get another
Shows they
shot at
both
the
kind of
games.
suck, to be
It might
honest.
take a while. I'm gonna go confer with Otto. We go
To
way
be honest,
back.
Kevin
and,
was
well,
never
he's
super
usually the
visible on
most
that
reasonable
season
of the
until
three.
the end.
Wait, we still
Even
haven't
Lucas
found
would
Lucas
have been
or
a better
Ivor.
pick, I feel like.
I'm thinking that Hadrian must
Um,
have sent them through the portal to the mines, which is technically against the rules. No one's supposed to
Again,
go
is
there until
Noah a
the whole
lock? I
team
mean,
is
Noah is the
eliminated.
last remaining person from Megaforce, so I mean...
Hadrian always was one for maximizing useful productivity. See what you can do here. I'm gonna try and find Otto.
I guess he's the look.
I've got confidence in you, Jesse. You might
which,
just get out of this.
I mean, I think at this point, it's like, I think we kind of have to use Tori.
We gotta get our friends out of the mines, quick. I'll go ask some of the other competitors.
I mean, like, this is tough, actually. This is tough. I think we're cutting Blake. I just don't see how Blake fits into this cast at this point. To be honest, Noah isn't a lock, though. The thing about... Because the thing is... Again, we have 3 people from SPD, so that really throws off our numbers. Alright, let's try to... Trying to break this down. Trying to see where the gender stuff lands right now. So we got... Okay, so the locks are Jason Lee Scott, Connor McKnight, Ryan Mitchell, Tommy Oliver, Bridge Carson. We got Haley Foster. We got Z Delgado. I guess we got Aisha Campbell. Yeah, I don't love the Aisha pick, to be honest. I don't love that she's a lock here. But I guess it is what it is. I mean... Oh, we got Chip Thorne as a male. We got Wesley Collins as another male. We got Ronnie Robinson. Which, yeah, I mean, like, ideally it would have been Summer, but Summer won, so... Yeah. We got RJ. We got Cassie. And then we got Kat. So, we're not doing terrible on the gender stuff so far. I mean... The thing that's tough, though, is that we need 2 more females if we're gonna make it even. And, to be honest, I don't see where those 2 females come from. Like, I see 1 in Tori. I don't see 2, though. Like, I mean, Jen Scott, I mean, I guess we could technically use. Yeah, I kind of feel like I would rather... I mean, the thing about Eric, though, I mean, again, we're making... This is becoming very Red Ranger heavy. We already have... how many locked Red Rangers? We have 5 locked Red Rangers here on this cast already. And there's a lot more in contention in Jaden, and Scott, and Leo, and Andros, and Eric, debatably, and Shane. I mean, so again, a lot of people there. So yeah, so yeah, we have 8 locked males, 6 locked females, so we have 6 more spots left. So I mean, how many seasons do we not have people from right now? We don't have anyone from Dino Thunder or Dino Charge. We don't have anyone from Megaforce. No one from Samurai. No one from RPM. No one from Ninja Storm. Technically, no one from Time Force. No one from Lost Galaxy, or no one from In Space. You know what? I'm kind of thinking we'll cut Aisha. Like, fuck Aisha. I didn't want her on this cast anyway. I think what we're gonna do, I think we're only gonna have 1 Mighty Morphin person, and instead let's make Tori a lock. Yeah, I think, and I think like what we're gonna end up having to do here though is make it 6 females. But I think these 6 females are very strong. I think Kat, Casey, Ronnie, Tori, Z, and Haley. I think that's a very strong group of females. But I think we're gonna have to do 14-6 if I want to get a lot of these other characters that I really want to get in. So because of that means Shane's cut, which sucks because I would have liked to have Shane on here, but I think that means Shane is cut. And again, we still have the decision to make between Andros and Zane. It's really one of the two. We also have Leo or Maya, which I guess that means we pick Leo. So I guess Leo is a lock at this point. I mean, again, like we're probably not picking anyone else from Mighty Morphin, so Aisha and Adam are eliminated for good this time. So we got Leo on the cast here. And again, like if we're down, like we're eliminating females, so no more Gemma, no more Tanaya 7. So we're just down to Scott Truman and Dylan from RPM. And I feel like that's a very tough decision as well. To be honest, I'd rather use those two characters than either of the ones from Samurai. I mean, how many spots do we have? We have 5 spots left. How many seasons? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons. So we're gonna have to cut a season entirely. And I feel like if we're gonna cut a season, I feel like Megaforce is probably the one to do. But we'll see. Alright, so I mean, the thing is, we already have a lot of people from season 1. Especially if are we gonna pick, you know what? I think we have to cut Andros, which sucks. I would like to put Andros on this cast. I think we're gonna have to cut him if we're gonna, because I mean another thing we're actually close to doing is we're pretty close to making just the cast in general, like the distribution of the seasons pretty even as well. But the thing that's uneven here is that season 1 already has 3 people from it. Every other season has 1 or 2. And like if we make Zane a lock, that makes it 2 from that season. However, if we make Andros a lock, that makes it 4 from season 1. If we make Dylan a lock, that makes it 4 from season 1. So, but then again, I really would like to use Andros and Dylan. That's tough. It's tough. Should I just say fuck it? Like, because at the end of the day, obviously, it doesn't matter. You know what? We'll use Andros. I'd rather use Andros than Zane. So, let's use Andros. We'll use Dylan. So 5 people from season 1. Fuck it. And you know what? Fuck it. We're not going to use Jaden or Kevin. We're going to use Scott. I'd rather use Scott than Jaden or Kevin. And they both suck anyway. So there we go. Scott Truman. And we have 2 spots left. So James or Ivan. I think we're going for James. I think we said. James Navarro. So 1 spot left. 1 spot left. And the candidates remaining are, I mean, we could technically still give a spot to Jaden or Kevin. We do also have Zane, we have Eric, and we have Noah. Those are remaining candidates. It's tough because, again, I feel like with Wes, it would be interesting to put Eric on the cast. But it's like, I feel like it would also be super beneficial to him. And again, there's already so many Red Rangers here in, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's 8 Red Rangers. That's way too many. Maybe I need to switch some things up. Maybe I can't put Scott Truman. Maybe I need to switch him out with Kevin. I think that's probably what I'm going to have to do, which sucks. Because I'd rather have Scott Truman on here than Kevin. But again, we just have too many Red Rangers. So I think we're going to have to put Kevin in instead of Scott. James Navarro's fine. Dylan's fine. Andros is fine. So Jaden is eliminated. We still have Andros. I mean, technically we could put Zane instead of Andros. Or we could put Mike instead of Leo. do I really want to do that either? Because I mean, the thing is, like Mike on the first season, he was like okay in terms of visibility, wasn't too great. Leo on his season was pretty good up until his boot. Again, he was the he made it 10 rounds, got 30 visibility. That's not bad. But I mean, to be honest, it's not fantastic either. I mean, like, it's not the greatest record. To be honest, I mean, Lost Galaxy it's kind of weird where Kai and Kendricks won, so that kind of took away a lot of the top ones that I would have wanted to use. So now we're down to like, yeah, Leo, Maya, Mike, and Damon. So, I mean, I guess we'll use Leo. Again, Wes is a lock. Bridge is a lock. Tommy is a lock. Connor's a lock. And Jason Lee Scott might as well be a lock. So, I mean, yeah, I think because of that we can't use Eric Myers. We can't put another Red Ranger in here. And to be honest, I'm thinking, do we switch out Zane for Andros? And then I guess that means Noah's on the cast. I mean, I guess that means Noah's a lock. I think he takes the final spot. I think. I mean, did I delete anyone too prematurely? I feel like maybe there's something I could do here. Someone that I eliminated already. Dane, but then again, Dane's another Red Ranger. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, there really isn't. I mean, Shane's another Red Ranger. Again, there's too many Red Rangers in this group. I can't allow everyone to be a Red Ranger. Damn, how many Blue Rangers are there? There's 3. I mean, again, I'm counting Bridge as a Blue Ranger. That's not right. Because obviously he was like 3. He was originally green, obviously, then went to blue, then red. But yes, I mean, Noah Carver, I guess we're putting on the cast, kind of begrudgingly. And yeah, I mean, Andros or Zane. Do we need do we need? I mean, the thing is, like, even if we put Zane on at this point, that'll give that season 3 people. So it's like either way, it's not really gonna be super balanced. So actually, yeah, only one person from season 3. Only one person from season 2, one person from season 3, and only one person from season 6. And yeah, I mean, again, I'm looking at the cast. Season 6, that's about right. I mean, we could have put Scott, but again, we just have too many Red Rangers. So I mean, I guess that makes sense because of that. Season 3, I mean, yeah, that's about right too. I mean, really just Tommy dominated that season. So yeah, in terms of visibility. And season 2, it's like Gia was pretty good, but she won. So I mean, who's left? Yeah, I guess Ryan. So it's like, okay, how many Red Rangers do we have right now? We have Jason Lee Scott, we have Connor, we have Tommy, we have Bridge, we have Wes, we have Leo, we have Andros, and that's it. But that's still 7. That's 7 out of the 14 males are Red Rangers. So I kind of feel like we gotta use Zane over Andros, which sucks because obviously I like Andros a lot more, and I feel like Andros is a more interesting character. But just to even out the numbers a bit more, I think we got to use Zane. But it is what it is. Alright, there we go. So that's the entire cast. We have the cast here, which again, certain things I'm fine with, certain other ones I'm kind of disappointed by. But either way, so the cast is, well, actually we need to swap in. We need to decide the tribes right now as well, if we're gonna do that. Yeah, we gotta figure out the tribes, because we're kind of gonna have to rush through not rush, but we're definitely gonna have to take all the time that we can to finish this up in the next few episodes. So, okay, let's swap these into 2 tribes. Obviously, 2 tribes of 10. So, well, we gotta split up. I think we gotta split up the people that know each other from. Well, okay. Obviously, every season only has 1 person, with the exception of SPD. And the reason for SPD is obviously because of the of a lot of people having multiple, a lot of people having high visibility. So because that, so I mean Z and Cat are both there. So I feel like we gotta split them up. I feel like there are 2 females. Gotta split them up. So let's put Z here. So I mean, really, this is just gonna be kind of like a puzzle. So we'll put Z here on this first tribe. We'll put Cat on the second tribe. So now, so again, this is kind of like a kind of fun, to be honest. We'll see. So I mean, so because Cat and Z are different tribes. So because Z, the only person that she was on the same season with was Leo. And actually she was in an alliance with Leo, right? So because of that, Leo has to be on the Cat tribe. So there's that. Yeah, and Cat was on the same season as Zane and Noah. She did have a working relationship with Zane, so I feel like we're gonna put Zane on the Z tribe because of that, which means that we put Noah on the Cat tribe. So with Noah on the Cat tribe, I mean, who's the most comparable to Noah out of the males here? I would say Chip, right? So I feel like, or I mean, Chip or Bridge. I feel like it's one of the 2. But then again, I mean, we have Bridge and Z. We could put Bridge and Z together, or Bridge and Cat. We're gonna have to put one of them. So I'm kind of thinking we put Bridge and Cat. So I think we put Chip on. So that means we put Chip on the Z tribe. We put Bridge on the Cat tribe. So with Bridge on the Cat tribe, I think that means we have to pick another, like, sort of not weak, but weaker guy. And I think the weakest guy we have remaining would be RJ. So I guess RJ is on the Z tribe. So now that RJ is on the Z tribe, that means, okay, again, this is a lot of like moving pieces. Chip was on his own, so that didn't matter. Noah already addressed that. So Bridge was on the season of Haley. So because of that, Haley is on the Z tribe. And then RJ was on the same cast as both Kevin and Cassie. So that one's up in the air then. I mean, I think like the Haley kind of, I think Haley is kind of comparable to Ronnie. So I think we'll put Ronnie on the Cat tribe. So with Ronnie on the Cat tribe, that means Wes and James are the 2 people. So I mean, essentially, James and Wes have to be separated. And then Kevin and Cassie have to be separated. They don't have to, but they will be separated. Yeah, they have to at this point, actually. Yeah. So how do we do this? Yeah, this could be a bit tougher then. And like whatever whatever tribe Cassie's on, Tori can't be on that tribe. So, and when Tori is there, yeah, a lot of moving pieces here. So, okay, I think what we'll do, we'll have Cassie on the opposite tribe as RJ. So that puts Tori on the Z tribe, Cassie on the Cat Manx tribe. So because of that, I think we'll put wait, Cassie was on the same cast as Kevin. So Kevin is on the Z tribe. And I guess Wes is on the Cat tribe. So that means James is on the Z tribe. And I think that wasn't super even, so I think we're kind of gonna have to give a. I think Ryan, that puts Ryan on the Cat Manx tribe then, and then we're down to Jason Lee Scott, Connor, Tommy Oliver, and Dylan. So I feel like Tommy and Connor need to be separated. And the tough thing is, I think Connor and Jason Lee Scott also need to be separated, and they were on the same cast. But then again, so was Dylan. So I mean, really, we're kind of at a fork road here. So I mean, well, Tori is already on the Z tribe, so it's whichever person. Okay, so I think this is what we're gonna do on the. So we'll need. Okay, so Tommy needs to be on the Z tribe then. Tommy needs to be on the Z tribe. Because Tommy needs to be on the Z tribe. Dylan. So I mean, it's really like, do we want to put Jason Lee Scott together with Tommy? And I think we'll do it. Why not? So, and that puts Connor and Dylan on the Cat tribe. So there we go. We got the tribes divided. We got everything done. Here we go. So we're already at 50 minutes, so we gotta end this here. But here we go. These are the tribes. On the red tribe here. So yeah, this will be the red tribe. I guess let's put it in alphabetical order just for a second. We got Chip Thorne. We got Haley Force. Fuck. We got Chip Thorne. We got Haley Foster. We got James Navarro. We got Jason Lee Scott. We got Kevin. We got RJ. We got Tommy Oliver. We got Tori Hansen. We got Z Delgado. And we got Zane. On the blue tribe, we have Bridge Carson. We have Cassie Chan. We have Connor McKnight. We have Dylan. We have Kat Manx. We have Leo Corbett. We have Noah Carver. We have Ronnie Robinson. We have Ryan Mitchell. And we have Wesley Collins. Those are the two tribes. And we'll play this out next season. Our next episode of Let's Play. But, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. But for now, that is all. So, thank you for watching.